We'll see. Oh, they're dropping. Here we go. Give me a sec.
Okay.
All right, so here we go into round 3 of the week 3 RHoD match between CSJ and QQ.
I see it.
You see what?
I see the word Stormcrow.
Stormcrow, 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 Stormcrow. Oh, I see Stormcrows from both teams. Teams of Stormcrows. They have watched the EMP 228th match and they decided that this was the apt way. Oh, QQ's got fire starters.
Lasers. Yeah,
lasers.
Fire starter A's. I see lasers out of QQ's Stormcrow, so I'm gonna try and find out
pulse.
exactly what that is.
Pulse? I saw some pulses.
It is. It's not streaks. It's 6 medium pulses, 5 medium pulses along
And
those lines.
this is it's already starting. I gotta get down. Going straight into Conic Notice Coterre. His first person view perspective. He is in a streak Stormcrow, hitting Carpundir in his medium pulse laser Stormcrow. These streaks are tearing Carp apart already.
Meanwhile,
he is shut down.
Is dead actually first, being focused out by QQ. It's 1-1. Canning Notice Coterre.
Wow.
Is dropping quickly.
He goes down.
On legs.
And Solitude in the next streak Stormcrow. He's pretty fresh. He's moving in on
acquired.
QQ's actually doing a good job. They're staying back here, like sort of by the rock, so anybody getting focused.
Oh wow, they're using the middle.
Have a chance.
They're using the middle of the caldera as a way. They're peeking. They're peeking using that ridge, which is a fantastic idea on QQ. They got to stick together, focus fire right now. If they want to get back control of this match. That's good. I think they're going to start moving back in a second. I'm going to switch to QQ's FPS here.
New target.
Drunk Canuck.
Heat level critical.
One of these medium laser start. See, oh, this is pretty bad positioning for QQ. Not sure this is something they want to do. They're shooting at legs. It looks like everyone's focusing legs. QQ's moving up the Caustic ridge. They're focusing on the Stormcrows on the right. Solitude in the Stormcrows going down. One for QQ goes down.
New target acquired.
CSJ is split, and QQ is doubling back on the ones that have been isolated, getting
Yeah.
out of the fight.
This is
Joseph is on his own over here.
He's next. He's next to go down.
For the strat they're running, all legs, those 9As are just, they're doing a lot of damage.
They got to get Pasha down though. He's continually hitting that fire starter, and there he goes. So one of QQ's members is also out in the open right now. I think it's pretty. This is an intense match, and it's 3-2. QQ gets the Raven out in the middle. Just Raven sitting in the middle right now. But there's another important. Oh, it's just 2 Ravens. That's it. 3 Ravens.
But I mean, if they
2?
can break off, those can kite for days. The
Yeah.
issue is they have to deal with Kragor's, like the 5-star 9A with the small pulses. But again, like range, kite for days, that's the strat right now. It's up to them to execute it.
And Leo's fresh. Iron is taking some damage. That's all I got.
63%, but his legs are actually still pretty decent, so...
Iron keeps showing his back. I'm not sure this is going to be a good idea for him. It looks that fire starter is starting to close in really fast. Like you were saying, Siri. Yeah, it's that fire starter. Oh, there it goes, 3-1. And QQ not going down for the count, but Leo is trying to kite this out at the moment.
Yeah, the thing is, he goes 130, the 5 starter, it's still being up, it goes 150, he's never going to be able to shake that. He can get away from the crows, but...
Target destroyed.
Leo goes down, QQ not going down without a fight. They're looking to bring this match back. It is 2-1 in CSJ's favor, but QQ taking the Caustic match. What an interesting loadout by QQ, huh? The medium pulses against the streaks, and look who won. New meta?
And
what do you think?
Well, I mean... I think CSJ was back, and they were trying to do that streak peak, but when QQ pushed in, they had some guys kind of in the Caldera, some guys doing streak peak, gave them very easy focus fire targets, whereas the focus fire come back from CSJ, it was decent on Carpundir, but it kind of fell apart from there. Their next target was next to like sort of the rocky entrance, and he was able to shield himself from about half their team. So that's where their focus fire fell apart. And not just that, but they didn't have focus fire on the lights. Marshall went down with 200 damage. That's like, he stayed up for a long time. He's in a light against a streak deck. You would expect that he's going to be doing minimal, right? But he does that much. I think that's like 5th on the QQ team. And then Kragor, he lives to the end, and he seals the deal in that Firestarter. Because if he was down, those Raven 2Xs, it's still only like a 30-kilometer difference, but that's enough that they could kite those medium pulse Stormcrows for days.
For days.
For days.
days. Just for days.
Or like 12 and a half minutes, because that's how much was left in the match, but
yeah,
for days.
I'm kind of like, wow, the streaks. I think CSJ didn't focus fire nearly as well as they could have. I think their lack of focus fire later in that match. QQ stayed together. They were hunting down the isolated mechs around those ridges, grouping up on them, swarming it, zerging it, going next, next, next. All right, these ravens are last. Let's chase them down. You got to remember, those ravens are a little bit slower than the average light mech. I think they had to be running slower. Did you see them? I don't think they were going. It's
129. That's how much. That's
yeah.
how fast they go.
It's hard to outrun a Stormcrow. It's kind of hard to outrun a Stormcrow long enough where you're not going to take damage.
Tricky. It's manageable, but it's tricky. Like if Kragor had actually gone down to Pasha Osis, or if his leg had been opened up so he could have been legged and left, then it's doable. But as it stood, his legs were, one was like orange-red armor, the other was yellow armor. So RNG. Got out RNG'd.
Yeah. Alright, so I
got skilled because it was actually not
streaks, yeah. So I just got confirmation. QQ is side 2 for the next drop. CSJ is side 1. Can we get the Smurfies this time? And look up the, we'll talk about this drop a little bit. I'm gonna grab this Smurfies if you don't mind. Give me a second, Siri.
Sure, already,
you got it?
The entire thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, there's a firefight. Oh. So interestingly enough, the streaks failed for CSJ. I'm not sure if it was user error or did the medium pulse work? The medium pulse are arguably a tiny bit hotter, right? Or are they colder? Who knows? It's hard to tell.
I believe they are more heat efficient than medium lasers on top of the burn duration, if they were given the same treatment that IS ones were.
And we got Frozen City Night next. This is going to be another firefight, I'm pretty sure. Wow. Medium pulses and pulse lasers. There's the heavy streak deck with the Ravens by CSJ. I'm not sure if that side played into their advantage with it or rushing in. They could have calculated it a little better.
See, that's the thing too. Like SJR brought a streak deck to this week, and they also brought the Raven 2Xs. Well, they brought a Raven 2X and Raven 3L. And then again, at the end of the match, it was those two left alive, a very quick brawl in the middle, and like they ended up getting those lights hunted down. So they didn't win the brawl by a convincing enough margin, neither SJR nor CSJ. Well, they didn't win the brawl, period, CSJ. So QQ's choice to bring the 9As, like you saw how much damage they got out, like 200 apiece. Yeah, this is a light drop, so 200 is actually a very significant number. I think that choice in the lights was like the nail in the coffin, essentially. It sealed it.
Especially against lighter mechs, right? Like Stormcrows and stuff. You get the really quick, the light damage, the pulse damage off, and it just chews through the armor. It'll chew through armor just like a streak quill, pretty much, except it's direct focused fire. So, yeah, that was a pretty interesting match to watch. But yeah, always good to see a big brawl in the middle of the Caldera. No long range play again, mostly medium mechs and stuff. It's pretty cool to watch. But